So our next speaker is Cindy Luongo Cassidy. She's the section leader for the Texas section of the International Dark Sky Association, a Hays County master naturalist, a founding member of the Hill Country Alliance Night Sky Team, and the owner of Green Earth Lighting, which specializes in consultation services to reduce light pollution. As a lighting consultant for the city of Dripping Springs, where she was a key player in positioning them to receive the prestigious International Dark Sky Community designation, she has been instrumental in helping communities, businesses, and individuals address excessive lighting issues. And I'm sure, as many of you are aware, in the adoption of the SA Tomorrow Sustainability Plan, some questions came up regarding dark skies and what we do looking forward. So we're thrilled to have you here today and to learn some about dark sky and what we could do. So thank you.
The remote. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. You know, all of us need light to see at night. And you've heard, and it was just mentioned, that San Antonio has a plan to put in a dark sky ordinance. Well, what does that do to our lighting? How in the world does the reality of dark sky practices, reach us? What happens with that? Let's first look at some of the challenges that dark sky lighting will address. The first one being safety and security. Does that light make you feel safe? That's a pretty standard light that you'll see on a lot of homes and some businesses. Well, if you think that's making you feel safe, the glare is almost as bad as what we have here, but that's okay. That's okay, we have to have good vision. But when we go and we put a shield over that light, and we do the same thing for the camera, we put our hand up, shield that glare, what happens? What do you see? Do you see better? Do y'all see anything there that you didn't see before? I see a lot of heads shaking. It's okay, there's a man standing there. If you look back in the other slide, look very carefully, that person is standing there then. The glare kept us from seeing him. And we will find that glare causes other places that aren't as well lit to be extremely dark, create shadows where someone with ill intent could hide. So that's an issue that we want to address with dark sky lighting. That's our security. Let's also look at safety. Notice the two different lights on this home. The light on the right is shielded. It allows us to see the steps. It allows us to see the ground below it so that we can walk safely. All the homeowner did was take an inexpensive can of pineapple juice, the big ones, cut the bottom off, little hole on the top, painted it to match the house, put it up, and there we go. We can see better. So have any of you gone out and looked at the lights that are on your home or business from another property to see what they look like? Are they creating glare? You should go look. This particular example is a great, just one little example of how we do dark sky lighting. We want to reduce glare also. So here's your example right there. In this picture, the building on the left is across the street from the building on the right. The home on the right has no outside lights turned on, 0. Can you imagine trying to sleep in that home? Are you aware that artificial light suppresses our melatonin? We've got to have melatonin in order to sleep well at night and for it to rebuild our immune system every day. It doesn't just make us sleep, it helps to rebuild our immune system. When melatonin's in our body at the level that it should be during natural darkness, it stops the growth of most cancer cells. This is very important for us. So let's see what happens if the owner would shield one of these lights. When you shield a light, you can reduce the wattage approximately in half and get the same amount of useful light. Does that seem like a win-win right there? You've cut your electric bill, you've cut the amount of energy that's used to produce that electricity. Win-win all the way. All right, so let's look at what can happen when you put up too many lights that are unshielded. You know, this is something that can detract from a community. It doesn't look good. That light clutter is blinding. If you look at all those lights and you're trying to walk down a street, it's blinding. It's not comfortable. We want people to be comfortable. We want people to see well. So that light color is detracting. Light clutter is detracting. Another reason for us to control our lighting is that almost every living thing on this planet needs to have natural darkness at night and natural light in the daytime. When we have all of our artificial light up there, I started to say spewing. That's not a good word, is it? It's going out into the whole environment. What happens is that we have issues like navigational issues. Our songbirds are disrupted in where they're flying. Thousands of them die every year because of our artificial lights. So we've got navigational systems. We've got reproductive systems in animals that are disrupted. We've got our daily circadian rhythms. We've got our annual rhythms. All of these are disrupted by our artificial light. You know, artificial light can change when a plant will bloom. It can change when a tree is going to drop its leaves. The question is that good for those plants? We have a balance between predators and prey that we can change by having the environment illuminated so that the predator can see the prey. We also, with our artificial lights, have habitat destruction that's just as bad as with a bulldozer. So let's look at what can be called a light that somebody might put up. Let's get that. Okay, maybe a little bit hard to see, but what happens if somebody mounts a light like this for you? Can you see well? No, if you can see the source of the light, it's creating glare. If you can see the bulb, if you can see the diodes, it's creating glare. What you want is to shield that light. Shield it. It's more comfortable. You can see better. That's what we want. That is exactly what we want. So when we control our outdoor light so that it's shielded, we reduce glare. I have a list for you. We increase safety and security. We reduce light intrusion and can be a better neighbor. We save money. We have more attractive community. We can protect our health and protect the heritage of the night sky. That, my friends, is what dark sky lighting is all about. Seeing better. Thank you very much.